student in NC State at 19. I was 20 years old. Hard to believe I was ever 20. I definitely want the Blue Jays to win. One, they're playing the Dodgers. But I like the way the Blue Jays have played in the postseason, put the ball in play, get a lot of clutch hits. And Mike Moten mentioned about Ohtani. He is going to start the game tonight. Do you know why he's starting? No. He's not on full rest. But there's a rule in Major League Baseball. If he's a starting pitcher and they have to take him out, he can still remain in the game as the DH. If he's a relief pitcher and they have to take him out of the game, he cannot stay in the game as a DH. How about that? No, it's not good. Not only two of the best players at NC State, maybe the two premier offensive players on this roster. They are truly two of the best players at their respective positions in the country. And we see their home run hitting potential since we're doing Game 7 of the World Series. Either one of them, they get their hands on the ball, they could take it to the house. Joe Lee, as a tight end, has always had freakish numbers in terms of yards per catch. Last year, 15 yards per catch for a tight end. You don't see that very much, and we've seen all the explosive plays by Hollywood Smothers. So, first off, you were peeling off the onion on the defense with all the injuries, and unfortunately now it's crossed over to the other side. And not only are you missing two guys, probably your two best players on offense. So when it rains, it pours. But as Dave Dorn, his staff, and all the players will say, it's next man up, and that's the only way you can approach it. Well, I think for me, offense has got to stay on the field more. Last week at Pitt, that game turned in the third quarter when NC State had 4 consecutive possessions without a first down. 3 of them were 3 and outs. Another of them ended in a C.J. Bailey fumble. And that's when Pitt opened up a lead that NC State was not going to be able to chip into by the time he got into the fourth quarter. So I think we see NC State making these explosive plays, and the first 3 touchdowns last week were explosive plays. But I would rather see this offense stay on the field like we saw the first half against East Carolina, the third quarter against Virginia. That was probably the Pac's best quarter offensively to me because they ran it well. They were able to throw the football. They stayed on the field a lot in the second half against Wake Forest. And I think that serves dual purposes. One, you want your offense to stay ahead of the chains, keep getting first downs, but you also keep Haynes King and this very explosive Georgia Tech offense over there on the sidelines. Keep in mind last week, Pitt had 82 offensive snaps, NC State only 60. Pac's got to find a way to balance that out a little bit. Yeah. Well, I don't think he's the same home run hitter, big play potential as Hollywood, but very few backs are, right? But he's shown us that he's a very capable back. And he's also shown us he's physical, and I don't think he's afraid to pick up linebacker, safeties, and pass protection. He's got to be solid in that area because, as you mentioned early on, Hollywood Smothers has come a long way in that area in terms of being able to help out C.J. Bailey when teams bring a little bit of pressure. So I'm not too worried about Duke Scott. He's certainly got enough experience this year running everything that NC State runs in its offense. So I don't see him as a guy that's going to go out there and have the deer in the headlights look and make a lot of assignment mistakes. I don't see that happening with Duke Scott. And every coach will tell you, Dave Dorn's said it a million times, you can never have enough running backs because it's such a physical position. I think it's NC State has shown us the Pack is at its best when it's got good balance, good run pass mix. And the one thing that hurts this team, like at Notre Dame and at Pitt, they fell behind. And you get falling behind late in the third quarter, and then the fourth quarter, you almost got to ditch the run a little bit. And then your offensive line is put in a much more difficult position because the defense knows you're going to throw the ball most of the time. And that's when C.J. Bailey has taken some hits in the second half of these last two games. When the Pack has fallen behind, they haven't been able to call on the run game, haven't been able to run as many of those RPOs, and there's a domino effect when you get to that point. So, you love to see NC State play a game in the second half with the lead, or not be so far behind where you got to ditch the run and you got to come out and try to throw the football and pass protect on just about every down. Yes. You didn't ask me about my body. You were more worried about the field. If I'm out running routes, I got ice bags all over the place down here. Field looks beautiful. I was amazed what they were able to do at Pittsburgh last week, because they replaced their entire field. But we know at NC State, we can grow some grass. Nobody can grow the grass. Augusta National can't grow grass like NC State. So field looks brand new, looks outstanding.
Make sure you download
yeah. Thanks for your concern. Finally.
You can find the digital game program, manage your mobile tickets, and follow all Wolfpack news. Add to the App Store or Google Play Store now to download.
That's it.